Hey, hi everyone. Today we're going to be working on our descaling of a coffee machine and also changing out the water filter, but we'll take you through those different steps. This is in conjunction to the instruction sheet you already have, but this will allow us to take you through. So for simplicity, I've already removed the back panel to save time. We removed the screws from the exhaust fan manifold, so it just makes it easier and faster for getting out. And I've already mixed up our solution, so we use a descaling solution. It's hard to see here, but it is the descale solution, which is just, we use warm or hot water, drop the solution in, let it dissolve, and we use 6 8-ounce cups of water to make up our solution. So we got our machine all set up here. So what you want to do is make sure, so the first thing when we arrive, we get your solution ready so it's nice and dissolved. And now what we're going to do here is just remove your exhaust hoses because you need to have access to everything. We're going to bring out the manifold, and we are going to unhook your wires that go to the water regulator, and then we're going to hook in your submersible pump to those 2 sections. It doesn't matter which color goes where, because they're both neutral on that side. Your hose here goes to the top of your water reservoir. There's usually a male fitting on the back that you can hook to, and it just sits back up in here. You can leave. We'll let this hang, but typically we put it up here out of the way. And so now we're ready. We've already pre-drained the reservoir, so that was already drained before we started the video. So you would typically drain the reservoir before you start adding solution, because you don't want any regular water in there, and you just do that through your pump, your drain hose here. So I'm going to get things started up. Now it's going to start up the reservoir. So the water you see is being added. So this is the descaling solution. It's filling up. So everything is all filled up. And so we're all set to go. And that is good. Now all we need to do is, so once we get the reservoirs, the descaling solution in, so what we're going to do is we need to get that descaling solution into the boilers and all through the valve system. So what we're going to do is run a series of rinse cycles and a coffee through, and the reason we do that, that will pull all the water in. And then once we have those rinse cycles and coffee done, then we will let the solution sit for a half an hour at least, and then we'll do another rinse cycle process to bring more fresh solution in and get the old solution out, and going from there. So I'm going to switch around the machine so we can see what is happening here. So we don't need to see the back anymore because we know what's happening there. And so we are now going to do some rinse cycles. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to put it in, hit the service button and put it into maintenance mode. So it's all set. As I said, if you're doing this on the new 550 or the 350, you're not gonna have a button scenario, you're just gonna have a flat screen, but it operates just the same way. We put it into maintenance mode, so any of the drinks that we make during this descaling doesn't count against our customers. So we're in the maintenance mode, so what we're gonna do is, it's heating up, so I'm gonna grab a cup. And we're gonna just start doing, start doing the rinse cycles. And as it talks about in here, we're gonna do 2 rinse cycles on the 525 and 1 coffee. If you're doing a 325, because you have 1 less mixing bowl, you have to do an extra rinse cycle. If you're doing a 125, because it only has 1 bowl, you need to do several more rinses, so it's all in the instruction sheet. And the reason why is basically what you're looking at, you just need to get all the solution that's in the bucket into the machine over the 2 cycles that we do. So that's how you look at it. You just have to keep doing those rinse cycles, more of them on a small machine because there's less water being used per rinse cycle. So hopefully that makes sense for you. But I'm gonna do, so we're gonna do 2 rinse cycles. And so right now, the water that's coming through is just the regular water. There's no solution in it. So we're just trying, we need to get that out of the boilers. One more. And you'll probably start to smell some of the solution. I got a little bit of odor coming through. It's just citric acid, that's all it is. So now we've run 2 rinse cycles through. So now we are going to do a coffee. And the reason we do a coffee, because we've only run the descaling through the solenoids in the back for these bowls and the hot water line, but the lines that run for the coffee have not been done yet. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to do a drink test and a coffee. And then what you'll see is the coffee will get very light and almost transparent. And that's because the citric acid is attacking the coffee. So that's why it's looking that way. So that's a good indication that you've got solution. I'm just adjusting my bucket here for the pump. Okay. So during the later part of your rinse cycles, you'll have to adjust your bucket because the pump is trying to get water. So you just have to tip it on the edge. So that takes care of that. Now, so we are done that simple process. So that is pretty simple and straightforward. All we're doing is just putting this liquid in. Now, typically this is set up so you can do this during your regular weekly cleaning. So now that that is done, you can leave the machine running. There's some debate about turning it off and on, but I think it adds a little bit more of a cleaning solution power to it if you leave it heating while the first 30 minutes. So this is a perfect chance. So now you can just do your regular cleaning because you've got a half an hour. So you've got lots of time to do some cleaning up front. So you can take all your bowls off, do all your regular cleaning, clean your brewer. All you're looking to do is leave it in there for half an hour. But if it takes you 35 minutes or 40 minutes to do the cleaning that you want to do in the front, then take it. Because leaving it in there for 40 minutes is not gonna do any harm. And actually it's probably gonna do even more cleaning process. But there we go. So we will come back after 30 minutes and I'll just show you what we're gonna do at that stage.